In the dusty fields of Judah, a widow's heart breaks. Tamar stands alone, watching the harvesters with heavy eyes. Her husband, is gone, taken by a hand unseen, leaving her childless and adrift. Each grain that falls from the stalk seems to echo her sorrow. Each whisper of the wind a reminder of her solitude. What does she do now? In ancient law, she must marry his brother, Onan. It's a duty, a chance to continue Ir's name. But Onan, he's wrapped up in his own desires, his own frustrations, unwilling to shoulder the weight of this sacred obligation. Each day, as the sun sets behind the hills, he approaches her, movement stiff, eyes averted. This union is more than flesh. It's a sacred duty. Yet, in the dim light of their shared home, there is an unbridgeable chasm between them. Onan's anger simmers beneath the surface, a storm ready to break. A child born to fulfill a legal obligation? The thought gnaws at him, a bitter taste he cannot swallow. He resents it. He goes through the motions like a puppet, a hollow performance devoid of passion. Night after night, he spills his seed upon the ground. Deliberate, defiant. A rebellion against duty and expectation, a refusal to honor the legacy of his brother. But what about Tamar? She's not just a vessel, she's a woman. She longs for love, for family, for the warmth of connection that has eluded her. Onan's coldness is a cruel rejection, a wound that cuts deep. With each passing night, her heart hardens, yet her spirit yearns for something more. The news reaches Judah, their father. The weight of his gaze carries both disappointment and wrath. The Lord witnesses Onan's defiance, his contempt for the sacred purpose of their union. And what happens next? A swift, terrible punishment. Onan's life is cut short, a warning etched into ancient scriptures. Tamar hears the whispers of the townsfolk, their voices a haunting chorus of judgment and pity. She stands in shadow, loss upon loss, hope dimmed. Her story becomes a whispered tale, a cautionary narrative of duty, desire, and divine judgment. Why do we ignore it? Why do we overlook the pain that cries out from the pages of history? In silence, she bears the weight of these unspoken truths. Yet betrayal and loss echo loudly in her heart. Imagine being torn between love and duty. Where does one find solace in a world that demands so much? In a society where ancient laws dictate life, the cost of rebellion is high. But what if overturning tradition is the only path to freedom? Tamar's journey teaches us about longing, courage, even tragedy. It's a tale we don't often tell. It's a story of resilience in the face of despair, but it makes us question, what does it mean to truly connect? Is it merely fulfilling obligations, or is it about the deep, abiding bond that transcends duty? And so, the cycle continues. Duty versus desire, a dance as old as time, spinning in a relentless waltz. We're left with a question. How far would you go to claim your own future? What sacrifices would you make? What risks would you dare to take? What if your choices could change everything? Would you honor the past, the weight of tradition pressing down upon you? Or would you forge your own destiny, carving a path through the darkness? Tamar stands at a crossroads, her heart a battlefield between the expectations placed upon her and the dreams she dares to envision. Explore the legacy of Tamar and reimagine the stories that silence has buried. Each decision she faces resonates through the ages, a reminder of the struggles that define us all. This is not just her tale, it's a reflection of us all. Are we slaves to duty or masters of our destiny? In the quiet moments when the world fades away, what do you hear? What does your heart whisper to you? Let's talk about it. What would you choose? Would you embrace the path laid before you, or would you rise up and demand something more? Would you stand in the shadows, waiting for the light, or would you step forward and claim your place in the sun?